Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. Hi there, teacher Oakley. And once again, it's back. It's famous quotes class. Today, we're going to be talking about Albert Camus and looking at his quotes. As always, kind of an open-ended discussion, debate, whatever, trying to interpret what Monsieur Camus was up to, what he was trying to say. As always, I will attempt to explain any confusing vocabulary or idiomatic language if we run across any. And of course, these are quotes, these are ideas, so very open to interpretation. So, uh, whatever. There are no wrong answers. I guess what I'm trying to say. Hello, Heidi.
Hello.
Again, Heidi.
Nice to see you again.
I heard you kind of singing when we started the class. Before we started the class, really. Before I officially. Sometimes I do that when I'm starting the class. I'm sitting here and I'm getting ready for the class, and everything's taking a while to load, and I'm sitting here and I realize, oh my God, I'm broadcasting. I've done that before. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Nader, hi again.
Hello again.
Hello again. And Nader, I know you know something about Albert Camus. What do you know about Albert Camus?
I know that the name is Albert Camus.
Albert Camus, right? I mispronounce it. That's right.
No, but I just watched one or two videos about him.
Uh-huh.
So I learned that he was a child of a French soldier and a Spanish woman,
Mm-hmm.
and his father was died. His father died when he was like few months, only less than 1 year. And his mother was an illiterate woman, was very poor woman. So he's coming from a very poor neighborhood, and he wanted to be a soccer player, but due to his illness, he couldn't complete this career. And although when he was asked about theater and football, he said that he would have chosen football if he could. And
Uh-huh.
he is a philosopher. He's a journalist. He believed in existism or existentialism. I
Oh,
I'm
it's
not
hard to
sure.
say. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed. Existentialism.
existentialism. Yes.
Existentialism.
So
Yeah.
he is an exist. So he is an existential
Existentialist.
existentialist. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good mouthful. Good pronunciation
Yeah.
right there. Existentialist. Okay. Yes. Some people, he's a philosopher, so they try to peg him in different camps: existentialism, nihilism, um, absurdism, which is strange. Actually, before I did this class, I didn't really know much about this total, this very strange uh,
Actually, we studied
kind of
absurdism in college.
really.
We studied Pickett. You know Pickett?
I've heard
Samuel
the
Pickett.
name.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Those people believe that after the World War, after this, many casualties, like millions died. So they believed that life is meaningless and you cannot find any meaning if you tried in the world. So,
Yes. Okay. It's
yeah.
absurd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absurd means crazy, without meaning,
Meaningless.
with without meaningless. Yeah, I guess that says it all. Um,
And and finally, he was famous of his affairs.
for his affairs. Oh, I
Yeah.
did not know that. Okay. Yeah, I knew the whole thing about football. He was a huge passion for football. Okay. Um, Excellent. Well, that was quite in-depth. That was educational. Hello, Minor. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Albert Camus? I can't pronounce his name properly because my French accent is terrible. Have you ever heard of Albert Camus? 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 Yeah, I know. It's very French to not pronounce the ends of the last consonant. You see that in many English words that are derived from French words as well. Anyway, Minor, are you familiar with this gentleman?
I always see to him here, but he never speak.
Okay, funny. All right, his portrait. I don't know why, but his picture is really like an icon. You may not know who this guy is, but you may have seen his picture. I don't know why that is. I have no idea, but his picture is like really, really famous. I'm not sure why. Heidi, do you know anything about this gentleman?
Yes.
Okay. What do you know about him?
He was awarded Nobel, right?
Sorry?
He was awarded Nobel.
A novelist? Nobel
Nobel Prize.
Prize. Right. Very good. Yes. Absolutely correct. He was a Nobel Prize winning author, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. He wrote essays, novels. What else did he write? Did he write a play or something? Maybe I might not be right about that. I'm not sure.
He wrote two famous books, novels, The Stranger and another one,
The Rebel.
The Ripple. Yes.
Yeah.
He was a rebel himself.
He was most certainly a rebel. Absolutely. If anything else, we could definitely describe him as a rebel. I think that word fits better than anything else I could come up with. A rebel against everything, really. Okay. Let's take a look at some of his quotes and discuss them. I'm going to do a screen share now.
Maybe quotes are ironic or something.
Ironic? Well, yeah. Well, let's take a look. Sometimes they're just straightforward and sensible, and sometimes they're gonna take some noodling. Okay. Now, when I say that in English, take some noodling. Sometimes we use noodle as an idiom for my brain. I'm gonna have to use my noodle. Okay. Where'd everybody go, Heidi? Something happened. Okay, all right, well, Nader's back. Okay, Heidi, can you, first one's fairly straightforward, really, but can you read this one?
Yeah. Don't walk behind me. I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me. I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend.
Mm-hmm. Do you like this quote? I like this quote, Heidi. I don't even know why I like this quote, but
Yes,
I do.
I like this one.
I do too. Do you know why you like it? Because I can't figure out why I like this quote.
Literal meaning. I like this one.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. For example, I'm walking down the street. I hate someone behind me, always following. And even I hate in front of me. So I want to pass over him.
Okay. So even literally.
Literally, yeah.
Literally, okay.
And even beside me, I hate it.
Choose to walk alone. Okay. Nader, do you like this quote?
Yes, it was my favorite of this page.
Really?
The one I like the most.
Why
Yes.
do you like it? Why do I like it? Explain why I like it, because I don't know.
First of all, I like the construction of the sentence.
Ah,
Then I like how he expressed the idea of equality. Do not try to impose your ideas on me. I will not try to do this to you. Just we are equal. Just let us work together and be friends.
well, I like that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
My brain isn't working very well today. I think that's, I think you summed that up very well. And I do like this construction as well. Literally, this joining two independent clauses with a semicolon. This is a compound sentence. This actual structure you don't see very often in English. And here, I agree with you. He uses it to very good effect. The actual construction. I agree with you in that I really like his use of this.
There's many famous Japanese poems. There's no way in front of me. The street is constructed behind me.
Ah, really? Interesting. And speaking of famous Japanese poets, here's Ken.
Yes, Japanese poet, and even he made a lot of statue. Kind of artist.
Okay. And again, speaking of famous Japanese artists, here's our friend Ken. Hi, Ken.
Yes, hello. How are you?
Okay, you're here. Hi, I'm fine. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Okay, Ken. We're looking at Monsieur Albert Camus.
Albert Camus.
Yes.
Is he a writer?
He was. I believe he's.
As a writer.
Passed on now, but yes, writer, philosopher, Nobel Prize winner, as a matter of fact, in literature. Okay, well, we got a lot of quotes. I think we can move on. Ken, you want to read this one for us?
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion.
Well, that's exactly what I said, Ken, when I read it.
Yeah. Maybe I read his novel. He's a very famous novelist.
Maybe.
Kind of French novelist. Yeah. The kind of the world is become so absolutely free that your very existence of act of what is that part that your very existence is an act of rebellion.
Well, I don't know. I think it's very open to interpretation. What do you think it means? I like the way it sounds. That's for sure.
Maybe his novel is always describes such kind of hackers and freedom or contradiction of the life or something like that. Maybe something is related to that. So my brain cannot work too. I'm trying to get this meaning.
All right. Well, yeah, it's okay. I need some kind of stimuli to help my brain with these quotes. Okay. Heidi, what do you think of this quote? What is he trying?
What does it mean, unfree world?
Well, unfree world. Okay. Well, yeah. We could take it apart. What does he mean, unfree world? Well, I looking at it also from his perspective.
To be free from the world, from some strict world or something, no?
Well, also thinking about his time when he you know, he came into he was post right after World War I, before World War II. There's a lot of messed up things going on in the world. There's a lot of, you know, nationalism and fascism and just dictatorships and all kinds of communism had just become prevalent, and the world was really being torn apart as far as politics and societies in Europe where he existed. So I don't know if he's actually talking about, you know, if that's what he's talking about, unfree world, or if that's where he's coming from, that in fact...
Like we are tied on some custom or some common sense or something in the world. So to be free, we need to have some rebellion.
Maybe.
Like that?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's a lot better than anything I've come up with.
I think so.
Okay.
Even in Japan, we have a lot of historical custom or many things. We are forced to follow that custom.
Mm.
Then if I express my opinion, I would be in a kind of rebellion from that place.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Be a strange person. I need to be a strange person. So always agree with them. It's very easy.
All right. Okay. Nader, you seem to be agreeing.
Yes, that's how I see it. In a world that does not promote free speech, or in a world that is against expressing yourself, a world that wants you to be a subordinate. If you become free, if you express yourself freely, your very existence is an act of rebellion because it is against the system. So if you are not a subordinate, if you do not follow the system, then you become a rebel.
All right.
Because the system, the world here is the system, I guess. So the world is a restricted world, a world against freedom. So by becoming free, you are becoming against the system. You are a rebel.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can really completely wrap my head around this quote, but I will tell you it gives me a very strong urge to take off all my clothes. But I'm not sure if that's what he had in mind or not. But in any case, I'm terribly sorry I shared that with you, but I just felt I had to. Okay, that's a long one, but Nader, if you would do me the honor.
For centuries, the death penalty, often accompanied by barbarous refinements, has been trying to hold the crime in check. Yet crime persists. Why? Because the instincts that are warring in man are not, as the law claims, constant forces in a state of equilibrium.
Okay, another one. It's going to require some noodle work.
Equilibrium. Is it equilibrium?
Equilibrium, yes, that's right. Equilibrium, a state of equilibrium, a state where at least two things are balanced.
Unequal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I actually I do not understand the meaning, but I know that he was against the capital punishment or death penalty because he watched the execution of one of his friends in front of his eyes. So he was really yes. So he was shocked by this, and it affected him a lot.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me ask Ken. What do you think of this? I think yes. This is kind of a refuting the death penalty. I would definitely go that far. It seems like he's saying the death penalty is pointless.
I think.
Go ahead, Ken, please.
I think so. Yeah, I read maybe in the novel he is writing about that. how absurd it is or something like that. Absurd it is or kind of one guy claimed the kind of false accusation. Yeah, yeah, I read that novel, and so this is long sentence, so I maybe I could get the first, but I couldn't get the second. But why? Because the instinct. What is this second part mean?
Well, okay, let's see if we can analyze it. The instincts that are warring in man, what is he talking about? What instincts? The good and bad, the fight between good and evil?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing. I'm throwing that out there. Maybe. Is he saying that this internal struggle of mankind between good and evil, the animal and the higher mind, is not as in a state of equilibrium? What is he? He's inferring something. I don't know if I like what he's inferring. He's inferring
Yes,
two things,
I
actually.
guess he's saying that evil is much stronger than good.
Yeah,
Good instincts, maybe.
maybe that is right. Maybe he's saying, as the law claims. So he's he's saying
Against.
that the laws and the laws were developed with it in mind that good and evil are in a state of equilibrium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm inferring that. Is that true? That's a strange thought. Are laws basically put into effect because human beings see that good and evil are balanced? That in itself is an interesting idea. Whether that's what he meant or not, that's an interesting idea. Heidi, what do you think of this quote?
I'm not sure I read this quote or not. I always said if there are 30 members in your place, maybe 5 to 10 is a kind of enemy. If we remove that enemy, 20 people, still several percent became our enemy, bad guys. And even 3 members, one is enemy. You're always enemy exists.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. Ooh. Well, that's an interesting idea as well. Okay, that there will always be bad. Well, I think maybe it is kind of related.
Yeah, so I always say to some people who hate someone in the workplace, you should be patient, because even only 3 members, still some bad guys exist. So you need to deal with them.
Yeah, and imagine my problem, Heidi. I work. I'm an independent contractor. I work for myself. And some days I just really can't stand myself. Well, there I am. My forces are not in a state of equilibrium. Okay, Heidi, let's take a look at another one here. If you wouldn't mind reading this next one.
The evil that is in the world almost always comes of ignorance, and good intentions may do as much harm as malevolence if they lack understanding. What malevolence?
That's pretty close. Malevolence. Malevolence. Second syllable stress. Malevolence is a nice fancy word for evil.
Evil.
Evil intent, I would say. Evil intention is malevolence. Yeah. So, well, actually, there's a pretty famous expression, I guess, that you probably might have heard. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Okay. You might have you ever heard that, Heidi? The
No.
road to hell is paved with good intentions.
No, I've never heard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the first thing I thought of when I read this. Nate, are you as well? Did you think of
Yes,
that quote?
exactly. That I searched the proverb to make sure that it exists in English because we have it. I guess
Oh,
we
really?
have translated. Yes, I guess we have translated this from English.
But I
Or
understood
maybe vice versa.
meaning.
No, 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 I'm sure. Because this idea is against some of our religious beliefs. Because in Islam, the most important thing is the intention. If it's good, even if you do something wrong with good intentions, then you don't get punished. So I thought, how could we get this idea of good intention? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So when I read this, I searched it and I found it in English.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It means if you know the other person or each other, maybe you will be a good friend or something, right? No.
Well, when they're talking about good intentions here and good intentions causing harm, well, and the other quote that I just mentioned, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. The idea, good intentions are good, sure, but the idea is really, it's a warning against self-righteousness. When a person thinks they are right, and I will help these people if they just do, I know what is best for them. And so your intent is to help them. But in fact, your self-righteousness does not allow you to understand that maybe what's right for you is not right for them. Okay? Or at least that's the way I see it.
And by the way, when I searched that proverb, they were looking for the sources. They said that maybe from the Bible, because there is an interpretation here that if you have good intentions but you do not do anything, you do not take any good action, so you may go to hell because you only have intentions but no action.
Intentions only? Okay.
Yes, yes. So they have like sources from Matthew and like this quote, this proverb. The source of this proverb is maybe from this verse or from this verse.
Well, I've always interpreted it another way. Let me give you a concrete, real-world example. The National Security Agency of the United States spying on everyone's communications and email. They have the best of intentions, but in fact, I think what they're doing is essentially evil.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Okay, well, I think for me, that's a real-world translation of this idea. For me. Ken, you're being awfully quiet.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. How can I say? Yeah, and yeah, kind of evil. In the warrior, of course, is ignorance, and a lot of how can I say? How can I say in English? Bad in a dog gooder.
What? Back up.
Bad in dog eater, dog gooder, meeting.
Oh my
You know,
goodness. What are you saying?
Okay, that's yeah, that's some people do believe I'm doing a good thing, but what they are doing is an evil thing or bad thing to the person or something like that. It often happens in the wars. Yeah,
Okay.
uh, like you said, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot one of these famous quotes, class, and I don't remember who said it.
I mean, unnecessary kindness or something like that. Forceful kindness or something like that.
Forceful kindness.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, I was searching the word, but I'm not sure whether it is the proper word or not. Or that.
Forceful kindness. Yes, I like that idea. That's good. Well, anyway, and another one of these do-gooder. Oh, yeah. Do-gooder. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a do-gooder. Okay. Right. Um, yeah, I think that's the idea. I know a do-gooder, somebody who tries to do good because they have a certain concept of what's good, and they try to force this concept on everyone else around them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's for your own good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Somebody, it might have been Napoleon. I may be wrong about this, but another one of these famous quotes, class, just related. It's different than this, but slightly related to the first part, at least. It talks about how many people believe in conspiracies when actually a lot of the evil in the world is just caused by ignorance and incompetence. Incompetence actually does more bad than evil plots, which calls to mind for me the Malaysian air flight. You know what? I don't know if there's a big conspiracy. I think it's just a bunch of idiots doing stupid things, not knowing what they're doing. Stupid people do bad things. Just they don't know any better. Okay, that's just more to do with the first part, but anyway, he's kind of combined those two ideas. Well, this is interesting. Okay, next, let's look at another one. These are good. Absurdity. Now we get into the absurdity thing. Ken, would you do me the favor of reading this?
Okay. Basically, at the very bottom of life, which seduces us all, there is only absurdity and more absurdity. And maybe that's what gives us our because the only things that can defeat absurdity is lucidity. What is
Lucidity.
lucidity?
Lucid is clear. A lucid pond, for example. Lucidity is the noun. Lucid is an adjective. A lucid pond would be one that you could see very clearly down to the bottom.
The kind of clear waters pond or something.
Right, very clear. Lucid means very clear.
Mm-hmm.
We actually, doctors use this word abstractly to say the patient is awake and lucid, meaning they're clear-minded. They can answer questions. What's your age? Where were you born? So it's actually used that way. Anyway, well, this is a mouthful, right? There's a lot to think about here.
I think, yeah. After I read his novel, I felt he describes the life's absurdity, and to clarify that absurdity, maybe he wrote his novels.
You think his novels, he was offering lucidity?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I think I read The Stranger a long time ago, or maybe you know what? I think I was supposed to read it in university, but I cheated and skimmed through it.
It's the theme is heavy, but it's interesting novel. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I remember, I read it a long time ago, actually. Me too.
I kind of regret that. Should have been paying more attention. Would have helped me years later. See that? All right, all you young people, read the books, okay? Don't. You never know. You might need that knowledge later. All right. Well, there's a lot to think about here. I would like to know what he means at the very bottom of life, which seduces us all. What does he mean by that? Any ideas, Ken?
Seduces is a seductive kind of earthly desire, right?
Yes, which Yes, some desire which we succumb to, or are at least tempted to succumb to.
Yeah, I think maybe he want to say that human has a lot of seductive desire, and that makes human is absurd existence.
Ah,
Probably, yeah.
okay, interesting. Heidi, thoughts?
The absurdity is a temptation for us, it means.
Absurdity is a temptation for us?
No?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's open to interpretation. It is for me. I know that. For me, it is. So I can maybe. Nader, do you have any thoughts about this quote?
No, but the second part confuses me. The first part, I guess he means that the life is beautiful because of its absurdity. Don't try to understand it. That's why we enjoy it. Because at the very bottom of life, the core of life, which attracts us, is only absurdity. But the second one, I'm confused because of it. Because I thought he is with absurdity. He likes absurdity. Then because the only thing that can defeat absurdity is lucidity, I cannot figure it out.
Yeah, I can't. Right, I can't figure it out either. Is he saying absurdity is good or absurdity?
Yes. First, I guess he thinks that absurdity is good, and that's why we enjoy life. But the second part, I'm not sure about.
I think absurdity is a kind of temptation for us because we can understand very well. So very interested in that. But lucidity is very easy to understand, right? So not interested. We are not interested in that.
Aha! Wow, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty good. All right. All right. The very bottom of the light, which seduces us all, is absurdity. So I guess you're right. He is saying absurdity seduces us.
It's people. People want to study or learn the new things.
Okay. Well, I still don't. I'm still. Why are we trying to defeat absurdity? Just go with it. I'm not sure. Okay. Well, Heidi, how about the next one here? Oops. What happened? Oh no. Okay. I'm sure she'll be back. Nader, how about the next one here?
Real generosity toward the future lies in giving all to the present. And this, I guess, maybe very deep.
We're in deep water now.
Too deep for me.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not sure about generosity, but I guess you have to do. You have to give the present every. I mean, you make a lot of efforts. You don't don't save any efforts if you can. Try to do your best in present, so your future maybe it will be better, or you are serving your future.
Okay. Spare no effort.
Yes, spare no efforts.
Common English phrase. Speaking of English phrases, just slightly off topic, but it's you confuse malevolence and benevolence.
Yes, that's why I said I thought the opposite.
Right. I just want to say that the prefix or the root bene, was Latin is derived from Latin for good. So benevolence, benefit, beneficial. Okay, good words. Whereas malcontent, mal, was evil. Okay.
Malfunction.
And Nader, male. Ouch. Okay, just so you know. All right.
You made that up?
No, I didn't make that up. Well, yeah, I guess I did. I mean, it's real. I have no idea if it's related or not. Maybe it is. I don't really know. I just thought of that just now as I was saying it, really.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
but you can also add it as a suffix to female.
Yeah, that's right. You most certainly can. Okay. Ken, what do you think of this quote?
It's short, so I need to the context to fully understand this
right.
quote.
Well, what sort of generosity? Generosity in money, in time, in effort,
Mm-hmm.
in passion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for the future, we have to give it the now to the present now.
Well, in a way, I can kind of understand it.
Maybe he says it in some with some context. Before and after I read this, I can fully understand this quote. Probably.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Heidi, do you have any ideas about this
No.
particular quote? Okay. Okay. Well, I can kind of understand generosity toward the future. If you know, when people do things halfway or they do as much as they need to do but no more, to turn it around, reverse engineer, I think when people use half efforts, for example, cleaning up the environment, stopping the plunge into environmental catastrophe that we are currently undergoing, it seems like there's a lot of people who are willing to make half measures, piecemeal, try to help things and fix things, but just mankind is not really giving it its all to try to save the planet, in my opinion. And looking towards the future, I don't think humans are being totally generous about their giving all efforts now to protect the future. Not only the environment, economically, how many of our countries are going into debt increasingly? What does this do to our children or our children's children? We're just not making any efforts to fully take care of stuff in the here and now. We're just have you guys heard this expression? The road, to put it in a very American way. It seems like many people on Earth now spend their time kicking the can down the road, meaning there are problems, financial, environmental, sociological, society's problems. All of these problems just get kicked down the road. We'll worry about it later. We'll deal with it later. What's that?
I understand.
Okay. Do you? Well, I'll shut up now then. Okay.
We do very good things in present. It's not for present, even it's very good for future, right?
Right. I think that's it. Or at least that's the way I see it. Anyway, okay. Heidi, can you read this one for us? A little art quote. Heidi?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
A guilty conscience needs to confess. A work of art is a confession.
Aha.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Well, what do you think of that?
Maybe confess in the church, that people need to confess in the church, like religious thing.
Right.
In Japan, we don't have such custom.
No, okay. Actually, that's a very interesting question. Do you have any such mechanism in society whereby people can confess to someone, not maybe not religion, but maybe I don't know. Is there any other mechanism in Japanese society where people can relieve their stress by
No,
confessing their guilt?
no, maybe I don't have such a system.
Hmm, interesting. Okay. Um, of course, you probably all are aware that in Catholicism they have the confession, the confessional. The priest will listen to you um, confess things that you feel you've done wrong. It's basically a way of relieving your guilty conscience. Nowadays, largely being replaced by psychoanalysis and psychologists and the like. Basically, I think nowadays people use psychologists for the same purpose.
Yeah, but they pay.
But they do. Well, you think they didn't pay the priests? They paid. Either way. Nader, being a Muslim, is there any
No, no,
equivalent?
no, no,
Not at
no,
all?
no. Islam against the middleman
Okay. Hmm.
because it's in Islamic philosophy, the relation should be between a man and God without any middleman.
Okay. Well, I like that. Uh, okay. Well, Nader, what do you think of this quote anyway?
I guess maybe this he believes that a work of art is a kind of purification or purgation. Maybe
Yeah.
this philosophy exists.
Mm-hmm.
Does it?
Does it exist? That art
Yes,
is
a kind of purification or purgation. We have in Arabic that word for this is a translation of the whole idea. So if you it's the same idea.
okay. I guess you could say
Ah,
a
yes,
form of
yes, 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 yes,
catharsis.
yes. Maybe this is the word.
Okay, all right. All right. Catharsis, which can, okay, confessing to the priest, artwork, scream therapy, where you go outside and scream at the top of your lungs. It's writing a diary is a form of catharsis.
Yes.
Dancing can be considered a form of catharsis, where you relieve your internal pressure and stress.
Yes,
So,
and also you get rid of your sins. That's what I meant by purification.
right, right. Okay. All right. Ken, what do you think? Ken, are you an artist? Do you have a guilty conscience?
Yeah, kind of. How can I say? Yeah, maybe artists sometimes create art like confession, and some of his work, yeah, maybe not only his confession, but also the society's confession or such absurdity. Yeah, he often describes such as absurdity in the society. It could be his personal absurdity, but also it's like a society's absurdity. So maybe you want to confess or speak out such kind of absurdity of our existence or this society. That could be one of the purpose of his art, I guess.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, I like that. Uh, okay, let's talk about love. Ken?
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's necessary to fall in love, if only to provide an alibi for all the random despair you are going to feel anyway.
This kind of makes
Hmm.
me laugh.
Provide
Okay.
an alibi for all the random despair you are going to feel. Random despair. Sorry, I like.
Despair. Yeah, yeah.
Random despair means kind of in the love is blind, so a lot of random despair happens.
Yeah, random despair, depression, just, oh, yeah, random
Mm.
being depressed for no reason or for many other random reasons. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
Well,
fall in love provides such an alibi for these. Is this mean?
it's an awfully good excuse to why you're depressed.
Okay. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Why are you depressed? I'm in love. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah.
I'm in love. I was in love. I have loved. I've never loved. Actually, not falling in love provides an alibi for random despair. My goodness, you can turn that around on its head, I think. Heidi, what do you think of this?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I don't know. Foreign is necessary. Foreign,
Necessary?
foreign necessary. Yeah, I think so. Necessary. You
It's
can ex, uh, you can experience a lot of things from love. The
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
the biggest sadness or uh, biggest the let's say pleasure or a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of things, including the absurdity of life. Yeah. Why didn't you bring that up, Mr. Camus? Okay. Nader, any last thoughts on this one?
Yes, I guess because you're going to feel depressed and disappointed in life anyway, whatever you do. So at least you have a good reason if you fall in love.
Yeah, at least. Okay. Ooh, ouch. Okay, well, here's a statement, Nader. Can you read this one?
The society based on production is only productive, not creative. Maybe.
Hmm? Maybe. Uh,
But you can be productive and creative.
you can be both. That
Yes.
is true. But when I guess he's saying when the society is based, maybe he should
Yeah.
use an adverb here or something.
Based on only.
Only, solely, yeah,
Mm.
on production. Yeah. Ken?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Productivity is the most important in the society. So even though the creative idea, if it is not productive or it's not so well, maybe it cannot be used, or sometimes, artists have to change their art or lyrics. Yeah, for example, singers, they have to change the lyrics in accordance with the kind of criteria of self-regulation, or maybe producer might say, oh, but this lyrics cannot get the sympathy from the people, so you need to change this part or something like that. Even though it might be a creative original idea, but if cannot sell so well, they have to change.
That's an interesting example. When you think of music, I think I am I'm hoping that this is changing, but really, the first thing I can think of when I see this quote is China. All right. What a production monster. All right. Well, that's wonderful. They are hugely productive, but not so creative. Hopefully, I honestly hope that this changes in their society because I think it will. I think it is starting to, but I think this is a little bit of a problem for China, actually, because they're so gung-ho production. They sacrifice creativity to some degree. I mean, that's my opinion. You may argue with me, but
It can be said in the music industry too,
really,
because of that overproducing a lot of the same types and music and the same sentimental love song.
right,
Yeah, well, so maybe people nowadays people began to search their own music on YouTube or something. So
right.
maybe mass production music will will maybe cannot sell so well like in the past.
Mass-produced music.
Yeah.
It's just anathema, you know.
Right.
Do you know that word, Ken? Anathema?
Anathema. I don't know.
Oh, well, it's just like totally wrong. It seems anathema. It seems inconceivably wrong. It seems like completely against the whole central idea. It's anathema. It's like ultimately it will kill music if.
I see.
And it's not understandable. Yeah. Anyway.
I guess.
Yeah. Later.
I guess also that creativity needs some time. If you are under pressure, if you are in a society based on production, you are under pressure to produce all the time. So maybe you are not be so productive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think that's definitely a point. Heidi, anything to add?
I disagree with this quote.
You do?
Yeah.
And why?
Productivity came from creativity, and the creativity came from productivity.
Oh, they one
each are stimulating. They are stimulating each other.
Symbiotic, you could
Yeah.
say. Okay. That's very interesting. Very interesting that I can't spell symbiotic. Okay. Good word, symbiotic. Okay. I think you may have a point there. Is it impossible to be productive without creativity? Is it impossible to produce without creating? Good point. And we can all go to bed thinking about that and toss and turn all night and get no sleep at all and feel really miserable for our weekends. Good job, Heidi. Okay. Thank you, you guys. We are out of time. Very stimulating class. Thanks a lot. You guys are brilliant. Really appreciate it. We'll see you again real soon, hopefully, here on Verbling. You guys have a great weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You too.